The case against some of these companies has been well documented in the
Which companies? Let me ask you one,
public.
because I'm going to run out of time. Tell me, in the last 23 seconds, here's your chance. You believe there are major American corporations cheating on their taxes. You just testified to that. I believe you told me yes. Tell me who they are.
I think there are the companies that Mr. Curtis discussed in his testimony.
Tell me who they are.
It includes some of the big tech companies. It includes some of the pharma companies that are.
Who are the 5 worst?
Hey everyone. Today we're diving into a powerful and intense exchange that took place in the Senate. Senator John Kennedy, known for his straightforward approach, questions a Democratic witness who made a bold claim that some major American corporations are skirting the tax laws and effectively cheating the American public. This claim definitely made waves, and Senator Kennedy doesn't hold back in his follow-up. Let's break down what happened and what was really being said here. Alright, so here's the setup. The Senate hearing is discussing tax practices among major corporations. A Democratic witness steps up and drops a serious allegation, suggesting that some corporations may be guilty of tax evasion. Now, tax evasion isn't a term thrown around lightly. It implies corporations are deliberately breaking the law. Senator Kennedy, known for his no-nonsense attitude, isn't going to let that slide without some hard evidence. Senator Kennedy starts by asking the witness about her area of expertise. Does she focus on tax evasion, tax avoidance, or both? Kennedy wants names. If corporations are truly evading taxes, he wants to know who they are.
Do you believe that there are major American corporations that are cheating on their taxes?
I think yes, there are cases where the transfer pricing regulations are not being followed, and Mr. Curtis's testimony speaks to that.
Who are they? Who are the 5? Name the 5 American corporations that are the biggest tax cheats.
Well, this is a question for the IRS. It's their job to enforce the laws. So I wouldn't.
But that's a pretty serious allegation you made there, and I'm just asking you who they are.
There are cases pending against a number of companies until those cases conclude. It's not.
Who do you think they are? You're an expert in this area. I'm just asking you. You talked a lot, and I've read some of your writings about American corporations cheating on their taxes. I'm just asking you who they are.
I wouldn't use the word cheating. I think that they are taking advantage of the gray zone.
You used it in your testimony.
I'm sorry?
You used it in your testimony. I'm not trying to trick you. I just want to know you have been very vociferous in saying that American companies are cheating. Okay, that's America. You're entitled to your opinion, but you're an expert, and just tell me who they are.
I stand by that. I think that there is evidence to suggest that some of these companies and the IRS has pursued cases against a number of the companies that Mr. Curtis has analyzed, including Apple and Microsoft and Facebook and Coca-Cola. Is Apple a
tax cheat?
I wouldn't say tax cheat. I think that's putting it too strongly, and I didn't use that word.
Then who are they?
I wouldn't say tax cheats, but I think they are crossing the legal lines that have been set by Congress and by the IRS in the relevant regulations. And because the IRS is outgunned, they're not able to enforce the law against them.
Let me start over. Do you believe that there are major American corporations cheating on their taxes?
I believe they are coming very close to crossing the line, and it's difficult for IRS that is outgunned to enforce the line.
Are they crossing the line or not?
Well, it's up to the IRS to enforce the line if they don't have the resources.
I'm asking you your opinion. You're an expert.
I think there's a good case to be made that, yes, they are crossing the line.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Who are they?
That's up to the courts and the IRS to determine.
You made this allegation, but you don't want to say who they are? If you know who they are, you just don't want to tell us.
I think that's been explained by Mr. Curtis in his analysis.
I'm asking you to explain. You talk about tax cheats. I'm just asking you who they are, and you don't want to tell us?
It's again, I think it's for the IRS to enforce the line, and we need to make sure that the IRS is properly...
Well, do you have a list of these tax sheets?
No.
Okay? Have you been to the IRS and said, here are these companies and they're cheating on their taxes and I can show you how they're doing it?
No, I'm not. That's not I've never practiced in that area of law. I'm not a tax whistleblower lawyer.
All you've done is run around saying American companies are cheating on their taxes. I can't tell you who they are, and I haven't been to the IRS to show my data to the IRS, but I want you to believe me that they're cheating on their taxes. Is that your testimony today?
Senator Kennedy's confrontation with the Democratic witness underscores complex issues in the U.S. tax system and public accountability for corporate tax practices. Kennedy's persistence aimed to expose names of corporations allegedly exploiting tax loopholes, but the witness hesitated to name specific companies, citing the IRS and judicial processes as responsible parties for enforcement. This exchange reveals the underlying challenge. While some argue that major corporations take advantage of legal ambiguities, they often remain unchallenged due to regulatory limitations and the IRS's constrained resources. The debate brings to light broader implications, including the difficulty of distinguishing tax avoidance, legally minimizing tax liability, from tax evasion, which are illegal acts to reduce taxes. Many corporations operate within legal gray areas, using intricate accounting strategies to minimize tax payments, which, while lawful, often conflict with public expectations of corporate responsibility. Some experts argue this loophole exploitation reflects systemic issues in the tax code, with calls for reform aimed at closing these gaps and improving IRS capabilities to ensure accountability among high-profile corporations. The Senate hearing is discussing tax practices among major corporations. A Democratic witness steps up and drops a serious allegation, suggesting that some corporations may be guilty of tax evasion. Now, tax evasion isn't a term thrown around lightly. It implies corporations are deliberately breaking the law. Senator Kennedy, known for his no-nonsense attitude, isn't going to let that slide without some hard evidence. Senator Kennedy starts by asking the witness about her area of expertise. Does she focus on tax evasion, tax avoidance, or both? Kennedy wants names. If corporations are truly evading taxes, he wants to know who they are. This hearing serves as a powerful example of accountability, especially when dealing with allegations against large corporations. It's not enough to just make claims. They need to be backed up with real, actionable evidence. Senator Kennedy's demand for transparency reminds us all of the importance of clarity, especially when public trust is on the line. If you found this breakdown insightful and want more content like this, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for our next update. Thanks for watching, and let me know in the comments what you think about this intense exchange. Do you think the witness should have come better prepared, or was Senator Kennedy being too hard on her? Let's chat about it below. If you found this breakdown insightful and want more content like this, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for our next update.